Hi, physics parents. You guys missed back to school night this year, so I want to give you the chance to be just as bored at home in the comfort of your own home here. Okay, let me just explain some things about this class. And conferences are coming up this at the end of next week, so I thought this would be a timely thing. Okay, so welcome to physics, right? This is what your child is doing. So hopefully you've got a calculator at home here. You can solve this thing, right? And they've got formulas, right? So they're going to use VF squared is VI squared plus 2AX, right? And it turns out, by the way, there's two answers to this, right? Because it goes actually higher than 60 meters, right? So 60 meters is about here, and there's actually a positive answer to this and a negative answer. Positive is on the way up, negative is on the way down. I don't know if you remember, but there you go. And your kids are doing fairly well. We're having some problems with mathematics this year. They seem to have forgotten their math, but I think we'll get them back on track. Okay. I laughed at this. I saw this on someone's refrigerator, right? Basic problem solving, right? If you've got cross-country kids at home, I think you probably can sympathize with this, right? Is it bigger than your mouth? Right? You open the refrigerator, right? Yes, cut it up a bit, right? Reevaluate, keep cutting it. Eventually it's smaller than your mouth. You eat it, right? Well, basic physics problem solving is very simple, right? Write down what you know. I'm trying to explain this, right? And then just, if you don't know how to do it, just apply any formula that works, and eventually you're going to get there, okay? That with math skills, right? And that's why I like physics. I feel like physics is a basic problem solving. That the kids are going to learn logical thinking and problem solving from this. They might not remember, the exact airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow, but they'll remember just basic problem solving. Now, with that in mind, we do a pretty unusual thing in physics. This is how I learned, was the teacher talked, they explained a concept, right? Then the teacher talked some more, okay? Then, sometimes we'll do problems in class, right? This is fun, right? Then they come home and they do homework, right? Okay? You do homework. Well, who knows how to do homework? Homework is very, very tough. Okay, you're not there with your friends. There's no one to ask. You get stuck. You're just stuck, right? Then you take a practice test and you take a test. Right? Summative assessments, just a big word for test. What we do in physics is sort of the opposite here. So they do the concepts. I'll explain that on videos at home, okay? And then when they get to class, what we'll do in class typically is we'll do group work. We'll do that homework, and they'll do it in class. And I really like this a whole lot better because I can sit down one-on-one with these kids if they have problems and show them how to do it. Now, I still do demonstrations in class, obviously. That's fun, right? I still do labs, obviously. They're going to do labs in class. But in class, they also have a lot of time to just do their homework. So they're not asking you how to calculate the trajectory of a marble flying off a table or something like that, okay? This is going to be our curriculum, which is just basically basic mechanics, is what physicists call this, right? And then there's waves and sound, which we'll do at the end of the year, hopefully, if we have time, okay? Let me show you some stuff about how they're actually going to do this, okay? First off, there's a calendar. Now, to talk to your students, your own children, it's not clear that they're aware that this even exists, okay? But for example, today they just took this test, right? For next time, they actually have to watch a video before class. And I'll show you this. Okay, they got to watch a video before class and then take a quiz. And that video is going to lock at 8:55 on this day. Okay, they better do it before that day or they don't get credit for it. And my philosophy is, if you're not watching those videos at home, you're just freeloading off the kids that are watching the videos, because we're going to do group work. And that's my promise. If there's group work on a day, you won't get credit for this video flip if you don't do it before that day, okay? And then notice that they've got a test here. So we've got, this is the most important thing, right, is this calendar, okay? Now, if you go on here and you click on course information, okay, I'm just going to go there. Course information, this is kind of the overview. This is the course policy, okay? So you can see how everything is weighted. Notice that all the group work and practice problems, 10%. All those little video flip quizzes, I'll show you one here in a sec, that's 15%, a little more important, right? The tests, pretty important. Most important thing, right, is you show me you can do it, right? And then labs are fairly important or something like that, right? Okay. There's also, notice here, there's these summative assessments and labs. They can fix their summative assessments. So if they mess up on a test, they can make it up, but they can't make it up forever. It's subject to the 21-day rule. Okay, so take a look at this. So for example, for the first chapter, November 18th is the last day. For vectors and projectile motion, January 20th is the last day. For forces, they're just up against the end of the end of the semester, so whatever the end of the semester is, there it is, right? They can retake these. Those retakes are Thursday mornings. Okay, I've told them this. I'm here sometimes as early as 7:30. I can be here super early. If they can't get into school, they can come to the door next to my room, knock on the door. Okay, let's take a look at this, and then you can look. The physics website, Cartoon Guide to Physics is fun. The formula sheet, the course policy, which you've already seen. There's 2 links to the course policy. Now let's just take a look. If you go to the module mode here, if you go into modules, let's take a look at that at the quiz that they're going to have to do for next time. So let's find that. It's the video flip free fall problems. Okay, so let's look at this. This is what your kid is going to see. Of course, I'm a teacher, so it thinks I want to edit this. If I hit enter, though, it goes into that. And I think if I hit preview here, it'll look kind of like what it'll look like for your kids. Okay. So go to the web page linked below. So let's look at the physics website here. Okay. Scroll down for the the lesson for it. So this is 2F. Let's find 2F. Probably after 2E, right? You'd be surprised though. And here is general problem solving tips, and then there's a bunch of little videos here. All of these thumbnailed videos, they need to watch those, right? There's 5 parts, but they're not very long. Here are some example problems. So they're going to watch these videos, they're going to take notes. I even give them like a little sheet that has like all the writing on it, and they just have to write down the stuff I write, okay? And then they take this quiz, right? Someone shoots a rocket into the air, to what maximum height did it go? Use the acceleration and gravity. And I'm just going to guess at this, okay? 21. I'm going to guess that it goes up 23.4 meters. So they're going to calculate this. And they just watched a video in which I actually solved the same exact problem, right? And then this guy, let's see, ooh, another 21.4. Wow, I must like that number. It's, by the way, making up numbers. Okay, and I'm going to guess that the answer to this is, let's see how I do. See how the teacher does. I'll say 2.09. And the thing is, it's going to give them different numbers. And they can take these as many times as they want. They just have to do it before the next class. As many times as they want. They have to do it, though, before the next class. Let's see how we did. Did we do well? See, I wrote this quiz, so but anyway, there it is, right? They have to do that before the class, or they get locked out of it and they can't do it. Okay, they can still watch the videos. They can still watch these videos. They never get locked out of the videos, but they do get locked out of that. Okay, now let's take a look at some grades here. Okay, hopefully this won't show any names. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and we're learning this. Here, these are video flips. So when you see the VF like that, that means video flip, right? Is your child doing video flips? I don't know, are they? Okay. I don't know, for some reason I can't scroll here. So what you can do somewhere in this grade view, you can see their total grade, but you can also, I'm just going to the right here as far as I can. At some point, you ought to be able to see a summary of what they've done. Okay, so summative assessments, those are tests. How are they doing on tests? Not so well, really well. Labs, remember they can get all these points. That's 25% of their grade. They should get all those points. They can fix them, they can resubmit them. They're subject to the 21-day rule, but they can submit those. Video flips, again, you should be getting all those points. You have unlimited attempts to do it. It takes the highest score, okay? And then this is just practice work. So this is something you can do. You can look at and just see, is your kid not doing the video flips? Are they not doing the labs? Are they not doing well on the tests? Okay. boy, I really think I've said all the words that I need to say. So anyway, I've sent out invitations. If I've got concerns about the grades, I've sent you a grade report. I've sent you an invitation, and you'll get that as well in your inbox. And then pretty soon everybody's going to be invited. They're online, so it's Google Meets this year. If you get locked out and you can't make one of those, obviously I can talk to you on the phone or something like that. But anyway, happy trails, and I've already talked way too long here. So.